Well, folks, this was supposed to be a celebration of Penistone and what we've achieved. Instead, we've got a relegation fight. G'day, folks. Welcome back to Pennies to Pounds, Season 9, Episode 4. I'm Wales, but most people call me Wally. Today, we've got 2 episodes for you in what has turned out to be a relegation battle. It's not looked good since we last came to you against Lowestoft. We've lost against Housewind, Neots, Evesham, and Bedford. And then we got the dreaded email that we're in the relegation fight for the end of the season. I think it's more a mathematical possibility of relegation than a real one. But I'm looking at this form. It's not how we wanted to end the season. We wanted celebration. We wanted to afford to be able to bring Riggedy Rigby on. We wanted to be able to bring Parker Pugh on. We wanted to be able to bring Twig and Berries on and have a proper farewell episode to all the boys that got us where we are. Instead, we've got to win probably 2 of our last 3, I think, to make sure, or at least win this one. I think it's win this one. I think that's what the email said. We go up against survival rivals Bainbury in the 3rd last match of the season. I've just had to do 3 takes of that, so I'm fumbling my words. Good stuff, Wally. You're killing it. League table wise, you can see here, we win this one, we're safe, but we lose this one to Bainbury, who are going to be really, really bloody keen to win because they need it to get out. We're up right against it, and then the last remaining games are against teams higher up in the ladder. We got Broadfields and Weymouth, I think, coming up. Was it? I think that was it. Anyway, we really don't want to be relying on having to win against a team higher up in the ladder. So we're going to go out in this one and we're going to try and actually score some goals and win a match. We've gone back to the 4-4, or the 4-4-2, although the 4-2-4 really. As you can see, there's not a lot to do there. We tried Ed Jobs back up here in the 4-2-3-1. Didn't work for us. We just weren't scoring any goals. We were defensively okay, but just not scoring any goals. And there's one match where we conceded 5 and I got torn in the paper for not trying something different. So here I am trying something different, but old. You know what I mean. So we go in with Greatorex in goal. A back 4 of Johnson, who's come right back into form. Thornton, Dong, and Richardson. Ed Jobs back into the ball-winning midfielder role. Hatfield, I'll leave in the deep line playmaker role. They give me a good, solid pair of ball winners in the middle of the park there. Whitaker and Williams, whose form's been really patchy lately, on the right. And Wood and Bang up the front. Our Wood is up the front because Ryan Harmwell's injured. And I really want to save Ryan Harmwell for the swan song. He's been the man for us throughout the season as far as scoring goals concerned. So without further ado, let's get into the match here. It's been really quite a bizarre run of form. I've had all sorts of problems with team morale. I've had to put team bonding sessions into the training to try and lift everyone's spirits. I've had multiple team meetings. I just need to find a way to get these points to get us through here. What are we going to say here? What are we going to say? I don't want to put too much pressure on the boys. We're going to go with the outstretched arms. We're going to say it's a massive chance to stay up. Here we go. That's not obviously too much pressure. Oh, we get the big lineup at the start of the match. Is there telly involved? No, I think it's just imparting the gravitas of this match onto us here. Look at there. There's the boys walking out. There's only the second last time we'll see the boys walk out in the pitch here. And we're off here against Bainbury. Let's give the boys some encouragement straight off the bat. Yeah, everyone's had bad games. I mean, even Jake Greatorex had a run of really, really poor form there. And we're off to a fantastic start. Frankie Whitaker puts the ball in the back of the net. I just realised I don't have my match sounds on. I'll fix that in a minute. Hatfield there puts in a beautiful free kick. And that's what he's been doing. That's why I've persisted with Hatfield despite poor form. It's one of our few reliable avenues to goal is being through free kicks and corners. So I think it justifies his form, and his poor form is justified by the assist, and they're going to come straight back at us here, aren't they? Yep. And that has pretty much been the story of the last 4 or 5 matches. Either they go ahead and we catch up straight away and then can't capitalise, or we do this. There's 12 minutes gone, boys and girls, and there is 2 goals already. That's a great header from Whittle there. And Marsh is well and truly on his own. Who's that there? That's bloody Richardson, isn't it? Yep. The man who was supposed to fix all of our dramas. Let's put the match sounds on here. That's better. I feel weird without them. I know a lot of content creators don't use them, but I feel weird without them. It makes it hard to edit games, I guess, with the sounds. But anyway, we're going to run with it. Williams Back to Hatfield. Richardson puts in a long one. And this is unusual. There's 2 highlights straight from kickoffs. I know what this normally means. Oh, Greatorex gets down and saves that one. Big Jake doing the beans for us. Okay, we have Hatfield over the ball now. He's going to come in with one of his dangerous free kicks, and he goes himself, but can't quite find the net. Hatfield. So I've been quite happy with him. Ed Jobs took a couple of matches to get back to form, and everyone's just decided it was Ewan Bang. He bangs another in this season, Ewan Bang. And whew, we just need to keep banging them in. We're terrible defensively. I think this is what we need to do, is just put all sorts of goals in. That's a great knock-on header from Dong there. As you can see, Dong's knocked his replacement out of the team yet again. I did get another mail saying I've used 30 different players this season, bearing in mind there's only 11 on the field. I've used 30 players. That might be part of the problem. I might have gone a bit Claudio Ranieri and been too much of a tinker man here. And, of course, some cohesion problems within the team, shall we say. But we're already losing, and, Jobs just can't quite get that through ball there. Richardson cuts it off nicely, though. Back to Hatfield. Williams with pace. Puts it over. Bang again. Oh, he can't quite beat his man, though, Ewan Bang. That's well cut out by Johnson there, though. Now, Williams' form, I thought that kid was going to be really good, and he's a headless chicken. It says on his coach report that he lacks the intelligence. That's to play at this level. That's most of my players have that, to be fair. But him in particular. They're out. Oh, Wood's offside. About to get all excited there. There are plenty of times where he should have cut the ball to an open man in the middle, right to the point where Ewan Bang's thrashing his arms at the kid, just telling him to pass the ball, and he's gone himself. He can't finish. He just needs to pass the ball. A bit same with Whittaker, more from a lack of teamwork from Whittaker's side of things more than anything else. So, I don't know. Perhaps if I do a lower league save again, I'll pick players with more teamwork and less physical or technical skill and try and get us working as a team. I'm going to outstretch the arms, try and keep the morale up here a bit. Lots of highlights from kickoffs today. This is what I like to see. And I hope this is a Penistone goal, but no, Dom gives it straight to his opposite number, Lewis, at the other end of the pitch. Whittaker cuts inside now. Whittaker with a run, looking for Bang, can't find him. Lewis long, cut out by Richardson. Well, where was this form, guys? I know these guys are relegation. Survival hopefuls. Let's call them survival hopefuls. Let's not give them the dishonour of being called relegation candidates. No one wants to be a relegation candidate. You want to be a survival hopeful. I think that's the better way of putting it. Hatfield showing a little bit of turn of pace. The old bald man finds his way to the middle of the park. Whittaker tries to beat his man with pace. Finds Ewan Bang, and Ewan Bang with a fantastic header. That's his second goal of the game, Ewan Bang. And that is 3-1 here, and things are starting to look a little more comfortable against Banbury here now. We really don't want to get relegated. I want a bit of a legacy of us. I mean, to bring this club up from a £50 wage budget to where we are now, knocking on the door of professional football. Oh, he's only just onside there. Oh, no, the right backs played him well onside there. I didn't see that. It was out of shot. But that is good. So Ewan Bang gives us a 2-goal cushion here. And we might be able to get our wish granted. Oh, don't speak too soon. Dong with a header. Williams now. Williams with pace to burn. Now watch Williams will go by himself here. And he should just cut that back because he can't finish. He can't finish. He should have just... Yeah, he's got his head in his hands. So he should have. Hatfield now to Williams on the short corner. It's not the player I want distributing it from a short corner. Ed Jobs in the middle there. Can't get to the ball. And bang! Oh, he's offside. Oh, no, he's not. It's another corner. Bang, misses out in his hat-trick there. That's good effort, though. Hatfield goes in, looking for Thornton. Oh, he can't quite control the header, and it goes just wide out for a goal kick for Banbury. Right, substitute o'clock here. Who are we going to bring on? Let's keep the things fresh here. Let's keep things fresh. Everyone is pretty fresh, to be fair. I mean, injuries have got me with Gethin Harden here. I mean, the youth intake come through, and I finally got the replacement striker that we needed to give us a bit of depth at the front. It's a bit late. And there's also rumours of another takeover going through. Also a bit late for the purposes of the save, but perhaps it'll help going forward. Right, Dave Wood comes off there. He's having a stinker. We're going to bring Gethin Harden on there. I'm not keen to bring Bernardo Chaplin on there particularly, but I also want to keep the boys fresh for the next game. Do you know what I want? I want some match time into Ed Jobs because I want him. I want Ed Jobs. Hang on. What have I done here? Undo. Let's do this properly. I want Ed Jobs nice and fit. Not Ed Jobs. Twig and Berries nice and fit for our swan song game at the end. And Williams, let's give him a 6.9. But I want Chubb fit too, don't I? Yeah, I think I want Chubb fit. We're going to bring Williams off for Chubb. And we're going to leave it at that. We're going to make too many more changes. Let's give us that. Oh, that's all three. Can't make any more changes. I thought I only made two there. Pump fist, get out there, make a difference. Oh, this is looking the goods here, boys and girls. I don't know where Banbury are from or what they're about, but it'll be up there somewhere. Probably not over the highlight here. Bang for his hat-trick. Can't quite again. Twig and Berry's almost as good from the free kicks. Or nowhere near as good from the free kicks, but it was good from corners as our old mate Will Hatfield is. Ed Jobs and Twig and Berries, the boyhood friends who came through the youth academy together. Harden. Oh, Gethin Harden with a speculative shot there. We know what he's like with those long shots, Gethin Harden. That's what I like to see. He hasn't had much of a run this year because he's been behind Wood and Harnwell in the order. Bang's been really the only confirmed start every game that he's fit. The others failing to really impress. That's a bad ball. Lower league football at its finest there. Jones is through, and this is why we're glad we've got an insurance goal. Deary me. Come on, boys. Come on, let's not tempt the football manager gods anymore. We're going to go cautious. We're going to go be more disciplined. We're going to go dribble less. And we're going to waste this last minute and a half out here. We don't want to draw here. We don't want to draw. And it's full time here. And, well, that's not a bad outcome, to be fair. Will Hatfield with a 7.6 on the bench. Ewan Bang, would have been nice to see him have his hat trick. He's probably not going to feature in the next game because he's not on the... He might get a substitute appearance, shall we say, in the last appearance. I think he's done enough in the last 3 seasons to warrant being listed right up there with the guys that deserve a bit of a pat on the back from us at the end of the season, well, at the end of the save here. Let's go to the dressing room here. That's outstretch the arms. Well done, lads. A performance has ensured our survival. Well, let's go to the last match of the save and let's have some fun, shall we? Rightio, it's a party atmosphere here today. It's the last match with Penistone Church. I'm trying to keep a positive spin on it, although I'm going to be sad to say goodbye to these boys. This is, like I say, it's been the most frustrating football manager save I've done in my entire life. At the same time, I've bonded with this club. I've interacted with people from the club on Twitter. We've got people that follow the club that watch the games on YouTube. They tried to get me a shirt out to me to hang up in the background and whatnot. They were out of stock, unfortunately. But for those of you that don't know, my stepmom lives in Penistone, so it's been a fantastic save for many reasons. So it is with it's a bit of a bittersweet game today. So with heart, I say that we've got Greatorex in goal. Jake Greatorex, he's been the mainstay. He's been through us for not even a question of him getting dropped until recently, and even then, I don't have. He's technically the third best keeper in the league, so there was no way he was going anywhere. Very much come up the divisions with us. A back four of Johnson, Nutella, Dong, and Richardson. None of the original guys that played right back was really there, so Richardson gets... Actually, do you know what? There is. I've just thought Richardson off there. Dong can play fullback today. And we're going to bring on Callum Bishop. Remember Callum Bishop, boys and girls? He's still kicking around. We let go of Dickie Diamond, but we're going to give Callum Bishop... Actually, we're not. We're going to play Bishop out there. He plays right back, doesn't he? Yeah. We'll give Bishop a run out there, and we're just going to make him a no-nonsense fullback. Ed Jobs and Twig and Berries in the centre of park. Ed Jobs and Twig and Berries both come into the team with the same youth intake. both come up the leagues with us. Ed Jobs physically finding the demands of this league okay. Twig and Berry's not so. But with any case, they're there. Jimmy Russell on the left, Anthony Chubb on the right, and the best strike partnership we've had as far as working together. Wood and Harmwell up front. Let's get into it, guys. There's a few unfit boys out there, so there will be substitutions, and there will be people coming off the bench to replace these boys about halfway through the match. And we're away here. Can we pull off a win against these boys? Weymouth in the last match. Let's just get out there. Huge underdogs. Just go out and enjoy yourself, boys. That's what it's all about today. Part in the atmosphere. We've got the party lights going in the background. Let's get out there and enjoy the last match. So I'd like to know in your comments who your favourite players been, guys. For me, I don't know. It's a hard one for me. I think overall it's probably Jake Greatorex for me. I think Bishop shows that he's not out of place in the side here. The man there, the big Jakey, has been the man for me. He's saved crucial penalties. He's been, oh geez, nuts on the teller there. Absolutely murderates the thing. Well, we've just said Jake saves penalties. Let's see if Jake can save a penalty now. Tipple steps up to and Jake, no, he can't get there, and it's 1-0 for Weymouth here. We don't mind though. It's an away game. We couldn't play these guys in the home game because unfortunately that ended up being the relegation game that we needed to win. So we couldn't play these guys at the last minute at home like I really wanted to. But at any rate, Bishop throws it into Twig and Berries. And I think Twig and Berries has probably been one of my favourite as well. Some of the passes this boy has put through to people over the seasons to create goals that really he's got no right to be creating at such a low level. Harnwell with a shot from distance and he can't quite keep it down. Ryan Harnwell came in the second season, I think it was, as an emergency signing when Mandy Ring retired and I couldn't find another striker that met the naming convention. He was the last one to be signed up in the 16 players in the squad rule. It's England Buckland again. There's lots of land there for the boy, unfortunately, and he's taken advantage of all the land we've given him, and England Buckland scores. This is going to be it could be a pasting, boys and girls, but it's not what it's about. It's about celebrating these absolute legends of the club, these legends of Penistone Church. Twig and Berries takes the ball off his player, but Tipple gets it and can't keep it down. Honourable mentions for me. Ryan Harnwell, of course, up front. Stiffy Johncock, he's been a good one for me. And Riggedy Rigby. I think they're the group that I've really enjoyed calling most and enjoyed coaching most, I think. Right, Adcock kicks it out. Looking for Bishop. I had a look at Adcock, but he's not as good as Greatorex, so I didn't sign him. Jobs. And he didn't want to come to the club either, if I'm quite honest. Finds Jimmy Russell. Jimmy Russell finds Harnwell. Harnwell, yes! And Ryan Harnwell scores. We're going to get the fireworks out for every goal today, guys. Ryan Harnwell scores. We're not at home, but we can have a celebration here anyway. Great ball there across the pitch. And Jimmy Russell, all he has to do is lay it off to the goal-scoring machine. That is Ryan Harnwell. It is one of my regrets that he's not going to get his 200 goals, Ryan Harnwell, unless he scores 14 goals in this match or something ridiculous. But he's been absolute legend of the club. He's the only club legend that we've created. Oh, Dong, yes. That's everything that's wrong with our defence in the last year. Big Dong just can't quite stick his foot in there. And Arthur goes around him for fun. Watch Dong here. He tries his best, bless. Look at this. Sticks the foot out, but he's just... Arthur just knocks it past him. And it's like, you're a big 193 centimetre lump, brother. I'm just going to go around you. No offence, mate, but... That's it. So it's 3-1 to Weymouth here. We don't care. We're going to head to the dressing room. We're going to make the first of our substitutions here. We're just going to tell them to try and make it up for it in the second half. Rightio. Going to go tactics. All right. The first change we're going to make here is we're going to say goodbye to Anthony Chubb. been great, Chubb. He's brought some entertaining goals to the club, let's say, Anthony Chubb. And on comes Cameron Rigby on that side there. Riggedy Rigby himself. He's going to come on. He's going to play the second half. We're going to bring a couple on with half an hour to go. Right, get out there. Let's hope he can riggedy wreck them one more time. Do you know what? We're going to give him every chance in the next 20 minutes by playing the ball down the right. And let's see if Riggedy Rigby can bring back some of his old form. God knows how many games Riggedy Rigby has turned for us with his pace and his craft down the right flank there. Another one, despite not meeting the naming convention, has managed to stay with the club this whole time. Instructions are going to turn that off because we've got other interesting people to bring on now. Now, tactics and subs. We're going to bring up. So we're going to say goodbye to Jimmy Russell, and on comes Stiffy Johncock. Can Stiffy Johncock also make a contribution towards the end of the match here? And he's having a quiet one, Dave Wood, so we're going to bring him off. And Parker Pugh's going to get an opportunity playing up front here. All these guys, every single one of them has contributed in some way to the success of the club over the last 9 seasons. Some of them for the entire 9. Some of them only the last 4 or 5. But I think it's a fitting way to end the save, boys and girls. Arthur here. Arthur cuts it back to Kelly Freeman. And England Buckland, that's his... Oh, it's disallowed. Arthur must have been offside there. Yeah, Arthur was offside. I was about to say, definitely wasn't England Buckland offside here. Rightio. Johnson looking for Stiffy Johncock. Can't find him. Nutella runs back. Nutella probably a little unlucky this season not to get more games, but his pace started to drop off, and that what was keeping him in the side. Nutella was his pace. Johnson now. Barker cuts it out. Twiggenberries. Can we see one last laser Twiggenberries pass? Is it going to go through? Is he going to stick it through? Oh, not quite. Owusu is onto it. Arthur now. Twiggenberries just showing... Oh, Rigby. Twiggenberries showing that I might have been able to start him a few more games. Oh, Parker Pugh! Oh! Nearly a big pew from Parker Pugh there, but not quite. That was a great long ball there by Ed Jobs. Ed Jobs has got potential to be a star for this club for years to come. It'll be interesting to see. I will, if I get time in the next few days, do a 5 years in the future special. I'm not going to make any promises about that, guys, because I'm on holidays and I do it. Parker Pugh is through. Pew, Parker Pugh for one last time. Can we come back and pull the draw off here? Parker Pugh is keen on doing it. He runs with the ball back. Again, a guy that only not in the team through inconsistency. He finds the seam there, Parker Pugh, and it's off the post and in. Beautiful stuff from Parker Pugh. Scores his first goal of the season for us. He has made a couple of appearances this season, Parker Pugh, because, like I said, we played 31 players now this season. A somewhat dubious club record. And although this is looking like a loss to Weymouth, and it is, in fact, a loss to Weymouth, the guys can hold their heads high in that we've come back from 3-1 down and made it 3-2. Hold your head high, boys. Johnson, Nuttall, Dong, Bishop, Greatorex, Jobs, Berries, Johncock, Rigby, Harnwell, and Pugh will all be club legends forever. Rightio, so let's have a look at our last season review here. New arrivals, Will Thornton, yeah, absolutely signing of the season. He come from across from Whitten. We won't talk about where Whitten is. It's where Aston Villa play. Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, the signing of the season. Williams was a good signing. Chaplin, not so. Jack Gethin only got the one game. Kenton Richardson, he was the disappointment for me out of these guys. And Rich Bernard coming at the end of the season to try and stop a gap from many injuries. But Will Thornton absolutely did exactly what he said on the tin. That's what I wanted. Who did we send away? So we sent Dickie Diamond away. Dickie Diamond never found another club. That's sad. I could have re-signed him for that last game. Oh, well. But there's Dickie Diamond. Let's just take a moment to think of the 159 appearances and 15 goals that Dickie Diamond did score for the club. But there was his problem, and there was his other problem. Dong's a little bit more agile than him, and Dong got the shout. Anyway, that's the poor lad. So where did we finish? We finished 16th on the ladder. The board are delighted that we managed to stay up. That's a good thing. I thought we could do better going on last season's form, but I put that myself. Well, I should have stuck with the players I signed at the start of the season, and when they didn't work, I should have gone to the bench rather than going fishing in the transfer market to plug every hole. And but also the early injury, the broken leg to Ed Jobs after he started playing so well in that attacking midfielder role did cause us some problems. The biggest win was 4-1 against Wroxham. The match to remember apparently was against Eversham. What have we done there? It's not like we've come back from the dead or anything there. And yes, that Frank Whitaker scored that in the second last match actually. Was quite a good finish, and he did run from about the halfway line and knocked it in off the post. It was beautiful. Competition prize money up a little bit this year, but the club's going broke. There's rumours going around about transfers about a takeover again. So too little too late for us. This is how we lined up this season. I think that is pretty much spot on. Greatorex in goal, back four of Cummings, Dong, Thornton and Richardson. Berries and Hatfield in the middle. It just shows you the trouble I had filling that ball-winning midfielder position is that Twig and Berries is listed there. Both my attacking midfielders are listed as our best at centre of the park. Williams and Whitaker on the wings, no brainers there. And also Bang and Harmwell up front, also no brainers. So, fans player of the year is Ewan Bang, no surprise. Dong wins young player of the season again. Signing of the season, Will Thornton, we already know about that. Frank Whitaker scored the goal of the season. Ewan Bang finished with 27 goals for us. Not bad at the end of the day. He was solo up front for a fair bit of the time. I expected a lot of Ewan Bang, and despite that small portion in the middle of the season, he was banging them in all year. Will Hatfield with his 12 assists, mainly from free kicks and corners. That was also a big difference, is that Hatfield didn't provide that extra spark that Twig and Berries provided in the middle of the park there. And perhaps if I had my time again, I'd reconsider that, but probably not. I'm a sucker for a guy that was good free kicks. Most man of the match awards Ewan Bang. Highest average rating, Ewan Bang. And most passes completed per 90 minutes. Hatfield, which is the other reason he was in there. He was a little bit better at keeping the ball than our friend Twig and Berries. Drake Greatorex, 355 appearances for the club. I think he's missed out on one, maybe two league games, and that was this season. And perhaps one in the first season where I think Scott Stonewall made an appearance. Scott Stonewall actually manager now at 23 years of age. That's how well his career went after he left us. And most goals, Ryan Harnwell, he's fallen 12 goals short of the 200 goal milestone that we wanted him to get to. And that's it, boys and girls. Let's do a quick best 11 here. Sam Scrivens, Nick Guest. What's Nick Guest? Nick Guest is now unemployed head of youth development. He was at Stonehouse Town for a short amount of time. Dickie Diamond, we just saw, is unemployed. I think Sam Scrivens, he is now retired. And he wasn't great, was he, for a Sam Scrivens? I mean, he played a lot of games for us and he filled a gap, but we've had better. Ryan Horn also retired. Probably just a little bit old in the end, Ryan Horn. Probably could have kept him on for us as in the mentoring group. Kane Swinburne, still at Norwich, Victoria. Don't have a lot of stat info on him, but he was from, I think he left us in the end of the second season. Sam Hardy's at Shortwood, and Billy Law still managing the Holmer Green under-19s, and Fergus Steele, who I just should have bought in. I'm Denard, and I just should have bought him in. Had the pace to do the job that I want him to do. At the end of the day, I was after someone a bit better. I probably got a bit greedy. Overall, best 11 for the duration of the save here. So that's Greatorex in goal. A back four of Johnson, Diamond, Dong, and Sam Scrivens. I would have put Lewis Alderson there myself. Priest and Twig and Berries in the centre of the park. That's probably fair enough, I think. Rigby and Law on the wings. And Harmwell and Wood up front. The substitutes are Sam Hardy, Nutella, Ryan Horn, Ed Jobs, Nick Guest, Fergus Steele, and Ewan Bang slots in there on the bench. Right, this last check. One last thing to do here now. Let's check where everyone is up. And I finally got myself up the club legend right at the end here. Nick Guest, the icon, Ryan Harmwell, legend with me. The two of us largely responsible for trip up the league ladder. And Dave Wood as preferred personnel. So only one last thing to do now. I'm going to retire from football. So that brings us to the end of what's been my first foray into YouTubing as a gaming content creator. Thank you very much for joining me on the journey. I want to thank Jay Calvo. I want to thank the Wagner. I want to thank FMDNA. I want to thank everyone else that's joined the site. Those of you from Penistone Church that follow the club that have popped in and said hello. Thank you so much for joining us. I've had so much fun doing this. I have decided it's going to be for the beta. I'm going to do a Leeds United save. We're going to have that little bit of the 2-week window to see if I can, how far I can get Leeds in a couple of weeks. We'll see. It'll probably be a very much no more than 3 episodes a season. See how we go type thing. But hopefully you'll join us for that. Yeah, it's sad to say goodbye to the Penistone boys here. I'm I'll admit to being a bit emotional about it myself. So thank you all so much for watching. My name's Waylens, and I'll see you next time.